God is good, and today we're going to be talking about an old school MMORPG that's been released on Steam. It's ShadowBane, and it's an oldie, free PvP open world hardcore MMO. Now when I said free, I meant free PvP, by the way. And it is randomly back. Now we are going to deep dive on what is going on here, and I'm going to give my opinion, but I also want to take a look at why this could very well be a great distraction MMORPG for many of people. It turns out I actually did play ShadowBane back in the day, so I have quite a bit to say about it, and I've actually covered it a little bit, a tiny little bit on the channel before. Now before we begin though, if you are new here, please subscribe for more MMO coverage, and I want to give a big shout out to the sponsors of this channel, my glorious members of Napalm. Thank you all so very much from the bottom of my heart. I love being community driven and sponsored by you, the viewers. I could not do this without you, and if you are interested in becoming a member and helping support this channel, please click the join button down below. And a very special shout out to Reiko, our only current Lord of Napalm. Now, ShadowBane, let's discuss what it is first of all, so you have a clear understanding. It's a very PvP centric game where guilds duke it out in the open world, and it was truly a pioneer for PvP gameplay back when it launched way back in 2003. Now in most MMOs the world doesn't change, and each server has the same towns, the same NPCs, and all that sort of thing. ShadowBane allows players to morph the terrain for one thing, also to build towers and walls, and even hire NPCs to guard or take patrol routes to protect their or their guild's assets. Sounds pretty cool, right? Now hold up before you skip right on over to Steam to plop down your hard-earned $10. Actually, at this time of the recording, it's on sale for right under $9, but I digress. Back when this game launched, hordes of huge guilds duking it out, wreaking havoc on most people's systems, and the game utterly ran pretty poorly back then. And with Dark Age of Camelot running much better and having a more fair and balanced RBR PvP combat, I do believe that most people left ShadowBane and it closed around 2009. But enough with the history lessons. The laggy issues back then are not really here in the Steam version. Does it run buttery smooth? Well, not quite that either, but it's certainly playable, and for the majority of your play session you won't have very much issues. But I need to put some emphasis on just how old this game is, and it certainly shows. If you were a fan of ShadowBane back in the day, it will probably just feel kind of homey to you, and you will most likely not mind. But for new players, it might be a little hard to swallow and accept. Now, as a new player, you will like the availability of a lot of unique races, and you'll be content with the options of classes, and honestly the stat options are welcome as well in my opinion. Also Terminus? Say what? Anyway, once dumped into the only server, at least at the time of this recording, which has several hundred people on it, when I was looking at least, you are on your own. No quests that I found or remember, no direction, just old school, go bastion some spider skulls and start leveling up. And the UI will immediately strike you. You will be reminded that this game is from 2003 for sure, okay? And also, click to move. If there's a way to change this, I couldn't find it, but feel free to sound off in the comments if that is not the case. Now you will be grinding your way through until you find a guild, which is where this game's soul really is. Group PvP with your guild, nation, and siege warfare with a lot of gameplay opportunities there. Now defending your guild's town or city or towers, and generally rolling around the open world taking down other guilds. That's kind of, in my opinion, the gameplay loop. Now there is a big elephant in the room on the re-release of this classic MMO, and that's the new ownership, right? So you see, this game's originally released by Wolfpack Studios, which was bought by Ubisoft in 2004, and then it was shut down in 2009, and then here recently in 2020, a Chinese company called Shangyu, probably pronounced that wrong, decided to relaunch it. They tested the servers for a while, and now it is in what you would call full release state on Steam. And as I stated earlier, this game costs $10, plus they have now added a cash shop. If you know me, you know that I'm not a big fan of the cash shops, and in the case of ShadowBane, I think it will hurt it greatly. But here's the deal, ShadowBane is out for the people that loved it back in the day. It had a cult following, and I'd met a ton of great people who really missed the freedom of building, destroying, sieging, and general PvP that ShadowBane had, and I have a respect for the game for what it did for MMO gaming and PvP, and to be honest, I had fun with it back in the day, even taking the night shift to help guard my guild's assets. I personally am not going to invest very much time into ShadowBane, but I implore the curious to give it a shot if you can stomach click to move, if you can stomach open PvP, if you think that sounds exhilarating and exciting. There's definitely $10 of fun to be had here, and I hope the fans of the original ShadowBane have a great time as well. Me, I'm waiting on Dark Age of Camelot Classic server for that fix, and Broadsword better get that done while I'm waiting for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, of course. Let me know in the comments if you ever played ShadowBane or what you know about it, or if you've been playing the Steam version, if you want to try it out. Are you going to pass on it? And if so, tell me why, or tell me your experiences in the game in the past or present. And don't forget to help me feed the very hungry YouTube algorithm by liking this video, and of course please subscribe for more MMO content. And with that, guys, I want to give a big shout out to the members of Napalm for keeping this channel alive. Thank you all so very much, and if you're interested in becoming a member and helping support this channel with special perks, please click the join button down below for a list of options and details. And a big shout out to Reiko for being our highest tier member. And until next time, guys, God bless and happy gaming.